Hi, I'm Sarah Weber, the Brain Cleanup Coach, and welcome to your 10-minute Mind Fixed on resolutions. This is the time of year where a lot of us are setting goals, setting resolutions. I'm recording this in 2021. This is quite the year to set resolutions, right? If any year was good for this, this is probably the year. But I just wanted to share a couple thoughts about resolutions with you today, and then we're going to do a quick meditation just to help us visualize one of these concepts. But you'll see back here on the board, I've written a couple concepts that I'd love to share with you. And the first one is live as if your resolution is achieved. Now, with resolutions, we set these out into the future, right? They're goals, there's things that we want to achieve, but that haven't happened yet. But when we keep them at arm's length in the future, when we think about them that way, then what can start to happen is the longer it takes, kind of the more disappointed we get, the more we can feel like we're not doing enough. I mean, it really can set up a dynamic in our mind that we start to lose hope, lose confidence in ourselves that we're actually going to get to our resolution and achieve our goal. So one way to kind of hack your brain to bring that resolution, that goal, to your present moment is to imagine and pretend as if you are living in that moment, that it's here now, that you've achieved your resolution. And you can use that beautiful brain of yours and that imagination to take yourself into that space. Now, if doing that makes you feel a little upset, a little sad, because your brain is doubting you and saying, no, we're not really there yet, that's something that you can just kind of brush off and go back into your imagination and just play. If you think about little kids and their imaginations and the games they play, their thoughts about the future, they don't have this self-doubt and problem with confidence. They just go into their imagination and play. So, why not you? Why not do that? If the answer is it's not realistic, that's another thing that you can just brush off and still task your brain to take you into the space where your resolution is done. And the more you do this, the more you live in this space, what you're actually doing is practicing for the time when it is really real. You're prompting your brain, you're showing it that this is going to be our reality. If not now, very soon. And so we're going to live as if it is reality right now. Now, another concept is it's just as much about letting go. And here's what I mean by that. When we set a goal, set a resolution for the year, we think about it as something that we're having to bring to us, right? It's outside. We have to get it done. We have to find the tools. And we don't really think about ourselves as being capable of it yet. But that's because we have thoughts in our brains that kind of set up roadblocks. When we're tasking ourselves to live in a new way, it's not efficient. And human brains don't really love that. They like being efficient because in efficiency, survival feels easier for a human brain and a human body. And when we decide that we're going to change something, our brain kind of throws out all the stops, right? In order to make it really apparent that we want this. It's almost like we have to prove it to our brain and convince our brain this is the new way we need to be. And that involves letting go of a lot of stuff, a lot of limiting beliefs, a lot of self-doubt. And interestingly, the definition of forgive or to forgive really is to let go. So really, the exercise of forgiveness, of forgiving your brain for throwing up these doubts, forgiving yourself For maybe this is like the 5th time you've made this resolution, or you've tried this before in your past and it didn't work out. Forgiving yourself for that and just moving forward, letting the thoughts that pop up go. And if you can find your way to doing that, to letting go of the seemingly negative thoughts and the negative emotions that accompany them, then you open up a clean path to getting to your goal or your resolution. So let's go ahead and do a quick meditation. This one's going to be pretty fast, but I'm going to ask you to take 3 deep breaths, and then we'll close your eyes. So these deep breaths, in through your nose, out through your mouth, and then on that last exhale, we'll close our eyes. So let's go ahead and begin. And on this exhale, go ahead and close your eyes. And just let your brain focus on your breath for a moment. Feel that movement of your lungs as they expand and draw air in. And then as they contract and they push air out of your body. If it feels a little odd to focus on your breath, don't worry. That's completely normal. But just try and keep your focus there for another moment or two. If you're starting to think, that is completely normal, but go ahead and just dismiss the thought. Bring your focus back to your breath. And now I want you to visualize in your head yourself walking down a path. And visualize a really beautiful environment around you. And this path is the path to your resolution, to your goal. And I want you to imagine your body covered in thousands of points of light. These points of light represent your thoughts. And as you walk towards your goal, imagine some of these points of light shedding off you. Just kind of releasing into the air, being left behind. And these little points of light that are being left behind are those doubtful thoughts that you can forgive yourself for and let go of. Maybe they're thoughts like, I don't know how, I've never done this before, I always fail. People are going to judge me for this change. I'm scared. And you're just walking down this beautiful path, and those points of light that you need to let go are just falling away. And now go ahead and bring your focus back to your breath. Take a deep breath in and exhale and open your eyes. And so in that visualization, we were seeing points of light, thoughts just kind of shedding, just being let go of as we walk forward into our goal or resolution. Now, the thing is that they don't disappear, and sometimes those points of light might fly through the air and land back on you, right? And this is your brain again, just using doubtful thought to really test whether or not you want this change bad enough. And it's your job to live as if the resolution, the goal, is already real, that you are that person, and that those doubts, those doubtful thoughts are just little points of light that you just need to let shut off. They're there for a reason. Your brain uses them as tools, but you don't have to give it meaning and use them as a tool. Thank you so much for joining me in this 10-minute Mind Fix today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.